Hello, and welcome to Go Fund This, a podcast from Nerds Domain. In these episodes, we'll be talking to crowdfund project managers about their projects and what excites them. Come listen as we talk about the passion they have for their project. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Go Fund This. This week I'm here with Stuart Jones and Alaina Prana, and they're from Loading Crew Crafts. I've got them right here. Say hi, guys. And we're going to be talking about a wonderful Kickstarter today. And I'm going to pull that up. I'm totally prepared. It's just in a different position. And that is your RPG, your RPG Jelly Plushes, right?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. So we got a couple of questions we ask all of our interviewees that are really important and kind of set the tone for everything, and then we'll get into your Kickstarter. So feel free for both of you to answer these. But question one, in the impending zombie apocalypse, what is your weapon of choice?
Oh, gosh.
I told you, hard questions.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You open with the good one. All right, is this any weapon we can choose, or any weapon we own?
Any weapon at all.
Okay. Wow.
I don't know if I could actually handle a gun, so probably a spiked bat.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably something like with long reach and melee, and something quiet.
Okay, that's fair. That's a good answer. It's definitely a good answer. Those are good answers. I like that. We'll go ahead and shift over into the second question. Given all of the sci-fi that you know, what planet do you most want to visit?
Popstar.
Gallifrey.
Gallifrey. Well, I'm sorry, what was your Popstar?
Popstar from Kirby.
Oh, from Kirby. Okay, that makes sense. Popstar and Gallifrey. I've heard Gallifrey before. I've never heard Popstar before. That's fantastic. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about your Kickstarter. You've got RPG Jelly Plushes, that are, frankly, they're absolutely adorable. So tell us a little bit about what inspired the plushes that you guys have.
Well, we've been doing conventions for a couple years now. I think we're entering our fourth year.
This is the start of the fourth year doing conventions. And I actually started doing the jellies because there were some conventions that actually required they enforce what's called a 50-50 rule, which means an artist must have 50% original content versus 50% of fan art content. I really like this rule because I think it inspires somebody to make originality, and I really like jellies, and I came up with a pattern design that I really loved, and I started making like a couple of different unique designs, and then I was like, but they would look really, really cute as like RPG classes, because I was a big RPG player. I don't have time for games anymore. But I've played D20 games since high school. Long running RPG video games were my thing.
I think one of my favorite quotes from you was, if the game's under 30 hours, I don't bother buying it.
Normally, yeah. That's what I used to legitimately think. Or if I couldn't put at least 30 hours into it, I was not interested in buying it. That was my quota for buying video games at one point.
Okay.
So
you decided to make the role-playing classes and have adventures with your jellies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, go on.
Oh, I really, once I started making them, I had a hard time stopping. Honestly, I love designing the little guys.
I remember that night when it was after a convention, and we had to go to a 50-50 rule, and I remember staying up all night just thinking, what about Druid? What about Cyber Warrior? And we were thinking of we thought of 30 different classes, but we narrowed it down to 8.
A main 8. I had a few other monstrous types, I had an elf and a dark elf type, and I liked both of them. And, then I had my little orc ones were one of the first ones, and I still kind of...
Yeah, the orcs were kind of cute, yeah.
I love the orcs.
And then they evolved into orc whales.
Which I still need to really refine the design on that one. I still like the orca jellies more than I like the orca whales.
Yeah.
But
Okay. So, you guys currently have three classes unlocked. And, if I pronounce these wrong, let me know. But Kohath the Paladin. Kohath, okay. Nomura the Rogue.
Yep.
And Fanta the Mage.
Yes, Fanta.
And in the video, we see them fighting the evil Narlock. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
We wanted a cute boss.
Okay, so I have a story with the Narlocks.
Yeah.
Because what it is Warlock is my secondary class that I usually pick in my games. So I came up with a really cool, Warlock jelly design. And I liked, the runic symbols I made. So I put the runic symbols on a different cult of warlocks, and I put them on narwhals, and I wanted to call them narwhal warlocks. So that's how we kind of came up with the narlock.
Right on. Okay. So you guys you're looking to raise $7,500. And these aren't small plushes. These are 14 inches and pretty sizable, right?
Yeah, well, I wanted them to be sizable to the handmade ones that I do. And honestly, the jellies are one of the smallest plushies I make. I am very extra large in my crafting. So I didn't want them to be a different size than what I'm used to working with.
Okay. And you also have some unlocks for higher levels of pledges when you guys hit them to unlock Fergus, and then sorry, I can't read the name. The other one, the Pipe. Yeah, Pipe. There it is. But you'll be unlocking those as you guys go up as well. But right now it's just the three, Kohath, Nomura, and Fanta, all of which are wearing some sort of adorable headgear. So tell me, you said that you needed unique to you content when you were setting up some shows. Tell me a little bit about your company, Loading Crew Crafts, and what you guys have done in the past.
Ooh.
Well, mostly we got our start as a fan art group. When I was in college, we just got our own apartment, and I was working full time and doing school full time, and we just had our kid. And Alex Alaina could probably tell you more about that.
Well, I was going through I was actually going through a severe postpartum depression at the time because our daughter had spent a very long time in the hospital, and I needed a hobby to kind of help me pull out of it. Mm-hmm. And so I actually picked up sewing as kind of just something to busy my mind a little bit, and I found that I actually really enjoyed it, and I wanted to make stuff for my daughter because I had to be at home with her all the time.
Right.
And so I started that, and then I was like, this is kind of fun. So I made something for her, then I made something for me, and then I made something that I was like, maybe I could try an Etsy shop. And then I never stopped making things. And
all right.
3 or 4 months after I had started making things, somebody had invited me to a local new convention because they're like, we heard that you have been having. It was a family friend, and she had been hired on this very small one-day show.
I was like, you're kind of building it up more than it has to be. It was a small community college. My cousin was on the the board, and I use air quotes for that. I'm not sure if you could hear those air quotes. But yeah, anyway, we got invited to this one day little college show, which less than 50 people showed up at, and we did really well, better than the convention.
Yeah, we made more money.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I thought, so that was kind of my launching platform, though. That is the point. And then I was like, maybe I could actually do this. So I poked around, and I saw, hey, here's another show in 2 months that I could probably get stuff ready for. And then I ended up doing 10 shows my first year.
Oh, wow.
And I did 23 shows the following year.
That's a lot of shows. I do 2 or 3 shows a year for the podcast, and I'm kind of out. Like that's a lot.
Yeah, I've completed. I think I did count it up from last year and my second and third year total. I think I completed 57 shows combined.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So you guys have been going to shows, showing off art, and this is just the extension, a new extension of that, a new way for that to kind of get out there.
Yeah. Well, it's basically to help alleviate some of the workload on my end too. I mean, I would love to make these things by hand full time if I could, but I cannot.
Right. Okay. So it looks like you got some great other perks as well, but let's talk real quick about your reward levels. The $25 is the early backer for the plush. Looks like it's normally going to be 30, and there are still, from what I'm seeing, 38 spots left for that early backer. And it's going to get you one of the plushes, and then you also have shirts as well, right? Are those all your guys' designs for those shirts?
I designed the shirts.
I came up with some of the puns.
You kind of coined Art Thou Jelly, but the ICU was all me.
Was that? I think, and then you came up with the rogue one with the "you came to the wrong neighborhood" fish stick. I laughed
trench.
Wrong trench. That's right.
You came to the wrong trench fish stick.
I laughed really hard when I saw that one.
Yeah, the rogue one is people like that one the most, but my personal favorite's the ICU.
Right on. And then there's some charms and some posters that are available, as well as buttons that can be picked up. So lots of options here for different levels. And if somebody's really brazen, they'll go to the zoo with you, right?
Yeah. Yes. We totally wrote these up as a joke, because I see a lot of people put like serious $10,000 rewards, and they're like, "You get to hang out with us for a day." And I was like, you know what? If you really, really want to, you can go to the zoo with us. I even dropped it because I didn't want people to actually take it seriously. But it's there if someone really wants it. I mean, we will honor that if it comes down to it. The one I laughed the hardest at was the Narlock cult. And that you could buy, if you do this tier, if it unlocks, you get 10 narwhal plushes and a membership card that I'll just make up on the spot. And
nice.
I will design it.
Or if you want to,
I would totally design an Narlock membership cult. I would sell that at my booth as one of those. Like I would get one of those lamination machines.
No, it's supposed to be Kickstarter exclusive. We can't.
Oh, okay.
It says right there.
All right. Okay.
Don't mess up my reward.
Okay, fine.
Well, you've got lots of items there, all inspired by this fun kind of thing between jellyfish and RPGs, which I think is great. Did I miss touching on anything there? Is there anything that you guys wanted to touch on about the project itself that I didn't touch on?
Well, it actually, there is a little bit of history behind it. There is a failed Kickstarter behind this one, and
okay.
I'm not really afraid. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Last summer, I wanted to make a game around this. When she started making the plush, they were getting pretty popular. And there were lots of reasons for this, and it would take too long to really go into. But the convention scene is kind of bubbling in a way that the bubble is going to pop, like every economic bubble does. And we were going to make a game in prep for that. It was just going to be a free mobile app, and it was just going to be like a fun, cute idea. Like the plan behind it is if you buy one of our plushies, we give you a character in that mobile app. And it was just like a fun little bonus. Like, oh, I picked up a cute toy, and there's a mobile app to go with it. I mean, that's all it's for. And I wrote a whole bunch of lore behind it. We did a whole bunch of stuff.
It was fun to work on, and we gave it our best shot. But the fact of the matter is, it was an overly ambitious project for what we could do ourselves.
Okay.
So it did not go through. So we're going back to our roots. We're sticking to just the plushies this time. I wrote this video. I wrote that script in like less than 30 minutes because I wanted to make myself laugh. I had a couple of my voice actor friends jump in. including we almost begged this guy to play the narwhal. If you guys watch the video, that's being played by Linkaro from channelawesome.com. He does comic reviews, and his voice is just like this perfect nasally Skeletor thing that we just love.
And it's perfect for Fergus, and he really doesn't mind voicing Fergus, because we're like, but you're the Fergus voice, you're the one that we like. And he's like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are sitting at about 20%. You've got 2 weeks left. So there's still plenty of time to get in on this. Definitely, I'm going to be backing you guys because I think that these plushies are great. I know you guys are coming to Indie PopCon in Indianapolis in July. Are you guys going to be anywhere else that people can see some of your other art and check you guys out?
Okay, I have UBCon in 2 weeks. 3 weeks? 2 weeks.
I believe it's 2 weeks.
UBCon. Then I have Anime Park the weekend after that in Canton, Michigan. UBCon is in Buffalo, New York, by the way.
Okay.
And then I have June. June is OMG. June, right? Yes, June. OMG Con and... Oh, gosh. I think our OMG Cons are only one in June. That's in Owensboro, Kentucky. Then in July, we have Indie PopCon. And then the weekend after that is Glass City Con in Toledo, Ohio. Then we have Anime Iowa 2 weeks after that in Coralville, Iowa. Yeah. And then we have Kentokyo Con in Lexington, Kentucky. And we are empty in September. That's all we have solidified as of right now.
Okay. So you got lots of cons coming up, lots of places to check out the art and the things that you guys have already made. Definitely want to point people towards bit.ly/jellyplush. That'll get you right to the Kickstarter, give you a chance to look at that over. There's still some early backer stuff left available, so that $25 for a 14-inch plush. Watch the video, because when I saw the $25 for a plush, I thought, yeah, it's a little high, but these are huge. So I don't really think that's all that high. I think it's about right. So definitely check all that out. And then you guys can find them over on Twitter at Loading Crew. And go over to Facebook. This was a little long, so I'm just going to say search for Loading Crew Crafts, and it'll be pretty easy to find them. And then loadingcrewcrafts.com as well as their website. Anything else you guys want to mention about the Kickstarter? I'm excited about it. I think it looks great, and I can't wait to get my hands on one of these.
Honestly, it would just be my dream come true to have these plushies manufactured. It really would be.
Fair enough. That's good enough reason to support a Kickstarter all by itself. Plus, you get some great plushies. So, yeah, definitely check those out. Check out the shirts, and support these guys. I think that they're offering great product at really good prices. So, check that out. And from everybody here at Nerds Domain, we thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you guys real soon. And that'll do us tonight for Go Fund This, a podcast from Nerds Domain. Remember, you can email us at nerdsdomain@gmail.com or find us on facebook.com/nerdsdomain, on Twitter @nerdsdomain, or over at our site at nerdsdom.com. Be sure to sign up for the newsletter while you're there. You can head over to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. We want to thank Jarby McCoy for our music. Don't forget, you can support us at patreon.com/nerdsdomain and check out our shirts at slashloot.com.